Hello, my name is Tim. My company is Sports and Touring. We are Jaguar F-Type specialists, and it is once again my delight to introduce you to another beautiful example of this modern classic sports coupe. This time it's a V6S 380 horsepower variant with only just over 20,000 miles on the odometer and in truly stunning condition with a great range of options on it too. Let's take a look around the car. When we launched Sports and Touring, we had no intention of specialising in any particular brand, let alone a particular model. But the second car we bought into stock was an F-Type. I went to collect it myself from not far away. And by about the third bend on the way back here, I was simply hooked. The combination of performance, looks, speed, agility, handling, and price and engineering just make them stand alone so far as I can see in the present market. Nothing else compares with that cocktail of qualities that has made the F-Type such a resounding success for Jaguar. And having chosen to specialise in F-Types, it is a delight when we find an example like this. It's a December 2014 car, a V6S, so the 380 horsepower variant, in stunning Polaris White with performance seats in red leather and sitting on these gorgeous 20-inch cyclone wheels which have just been freshly refinished in shadow chrome and which sit beautifully with the chrome appointments of the window surrounds and side vents. It's in beautiful condition with only just over 20,000 miles on the odometer. It's been an enthusiast's car. It has not been a daily driver. It's lived in someone's garage and been used for pleasurable weekend trips away and maybe the odd day driving. Let's take a look inside. The car's supplied, of course, with 2 remote key fobs, but no need to have a key fob in your hand because provided it's in your pocket or somewhere around your person, just pressing the button there on the door unlocks the car and enables the power fold mirrors to move into the driving position, because amongst the options on this car we have the keyless entry pack. Opening the door then, and we can absorb this beautiful interior. Starting perhaps with the door card, with that beautiful red leather accent panel, and with the full multi-way electric memory seats. And those memory seats are indeed the extra cost performance seats, splendid in red leather with that gorgeous stitching detail and in such good condition. We would very often expect to see some wear, some scuffing on the edges of the side and seat-based bolster, but there is none present. The scuff plate there as well is almost as it left the factory. The whole cockpit, in fact, looks very inviting, and accepting that invitation, we'll sit down into this beautiful F-Type cockpit. It's a cockpit which matches wonderful design, fabulous aesthetics with great technology in a way that makes it ergonomically very satisfying for the driver. There are no awkward things about the way the switches are or how the systems operate. Looking in more detail around this particular car, we've got the panoramic roof, of course, another expensive extra cost option with its sun blind there. Between the headrests, we've got a handy stowage, another stowage here under the armrest with 12-volt supply and USB socket and auxiliary, and the CD drive as well in there. The cup holder compartment. And in order to explore the centre console, let's start the engine up and hear this beautiful supercharged V6 come to life. Starting, of course, on the button there. The instrument binnacle does its little flying display, and the engine settles down as the centre air vent rises up to give us that conditioned air in the climate control system. Back to the centre console, and we've got some switches, buttons here for the Eco Stop Start to deploy the spoiler manually. We've got the traction control on off and the switched active sports exhaust button as well, and we fitted new exhaust valves to this car just very recently. There's the electronic parking brake and this beautiful shift stick. It's a great piece of design. It looks gorgeous and it feels fabulous in the hand. Trigger on the front, and to move into drive you just pull the trigger and move the stick back, and with it in the drive position we can flick it left into sports shifting mode. So 2 gearbox modes, sports and drive, and then we have 3 driving modes on the car. At the moment we're in the normal driving mode. If I move this switch backwards like so, you'll see the instrument binnacle turns red and tells me dynamic mode confirmed, and we're now in full-on tutti frutti driving mode. Back to the mode selector, we can go back to normal mode and we can go into rain, ice and snow mode, which very helpfully calms the car down if you're driving on slick surfaces. We've got here the climate control system. Another extra cost feature is the dual zone climate, so you and your passenger can have the temperatures you choose. And of course these beautiful leather seats are heated as well with 3-stage electric heating. Also a heated front windscreen, and that is a very valuable thing to have in a British winter, I can tell you. Onto the infotainment, and it's very fully featured. There's the home page, which tells us that we can access the audio, navigation and phone functions. And if we explore further, there's the climate control, there's the mode selector for the entertainment side of the system, and there is the phone button as well, so that we can run our Bluetooth phone fully functional on this car with all the Bluetooth telephony features you'd expect. Finally, satellite navigation there, which enables you to find your way around, of course, with that lovely big screen. Over on the steering wheel, we've got controls on the left-hand side here for the infotainment system and Bluetooth telephony. Flappy paddles, of course, so you can shift without taking your hands off the wheel. And there is the selector for the automatic headlamps. Over here we've got rain-sensitive wipers, and we've got the cruise control and speed limiter functions as well. It's a beautiful cockpit, and again in such stunning condition. It really is almost totally unblemished. I would be very hard pushed to find any signs that this isn't a much newer car. Let's take a look in the boot. So the F-Type is a sports car, not a grand tourer, and you might expect it to have a relatively limited amount of space in the boot. But in fact, if we lift the tailgate, we can see a compartment with over 300 litres of space. That is very good for a sports car of any kind. It extends out behind the wheel arches, so you can get golf clubs, fishing rods, whatever it is you need to get in there. And it is large enough, so long as you pack soft-sided bags and not hard-sided suitcases, to get all the luggage you need for a long trip away, or indeed unfathomable amounts of shopping too. And there's an extra compartment here under the boot floor, down in that cubby hole, which comes in very handy as well. Again, in beautiful condition. The carpet is fabulous. No signs that this boot has been abused in any sense. There are no marks or stains which might be off-putting. At the passenger side of the door, and there again we pull the beautiful aerodynamic handle out and we can look at the door card. Once again, unblemished, unmarked, in stunning condition. The scuff plate on this side of the car is pretty well factory fresh. And this beautiful seat, again, looks very good indeed, with no wear, no marks, no blemishes. The whole cockpit in stunning order. Under the bonnet, and there is Jaguar's supercharged V6 engine in this V6S, producing 380 horsepower, and that is enough to propel this sports car from 0 to 60 in just 4.8 seconds, and onwards to a top speed which is artificially limited by computer at 171 miles per hour. But as I always say at this point in my F-Type videos, it's not about numbers. The F-Type is about the feel. It's about the connection that you feel behind that wheel, between you and the machine and the road and your journey. It is the most engaging sports car I think I've ever driven. And yet it's not a car which is demanding on a long journey. We were just chatting recently about how easy it is to get in an F-Type and just waft along the road for a long distance without feeling in any sense rushed. Service history, by the way, 8 services on this F-Type. We're just about to service it ourselves as well, and it is in impeccable order. It has flown through all of our inspections with no issues whatsoever, and it is ready for the next owner to enjoy and cherish. So thank you very much indeed for watching. It's been a huge pleasure to show you another gorgeous low mileage F-Type. With Sports and Touring, we're just outside Andover in Hampshire. We're open 7 days a week by appointment only. You're very welcome to telephone, WhatsApp or email us with any inquiries, or if you'd like to see this car either in person or by video call. If you'd like more details on it, we keep a Google Drive for each car where we have high resolution photos which you can zoom in on, and PDF copies of important documents for you to read as well. And if you've got a vehicle that you need to dispose of, we will give you frank and honest advice about the best way to achieve the maximum value with the minimum inconvenience, whether by part exchange, selling privately, or what have you. Often people need to chat about finance. We can do that. We're authorised and regulated by the FCA too. Just let us know you'd like to know more details. And if you are thinking about coming to see us, do please take a few moments to read our reviews in Auto Trader. I'm very proud indeed of how our previous customers speak about us. That is probably our greatest achievement to date. Thank you once again for watching. I do look forward to hearing from you very soon.